Hi, I'm Veronica Perez, and this is my book and build using the yellow bus and the UTEC model. A quick summary on the yellow bus. The yellow bus tells a story of a retired school bus that finds new purpose as it is transformed into something meaningful for a community. The illustrations are entirely black and white, with the bus as the only image of color, making it stand out and immediately capture readers' attention. This story highlights themes of resilience, reinvention, and the idea that both objects and people can be reimagined to serve new needs. The UTEC model breakdown. The model is used for makerspaces in classrooms and libraries. It guides meaningful student-centered making and learning. It emphasizes learning through active engagement. The model includes 4 levels of expertise. The U is using. Learners participate and engage with the activity. They use tools, devices, or a program. Learners should be enjoying, sampling, engaging, and playing, according to Lorscher et al. 2013. The T is for tinkering. Learners explore through hands-on experimentation, trial and error, and playful problem solving. Learners should be playing, messing around, questioning, and researching. The E, experimenting. Learners test ideas, refine their thinking, and take risks to see what works and what doesn't. Learners should be building, trying and failing, and repurposing. The C, creating. Learners apply what they've learned to design and make an original product or solution that reflects their understanding. Learners should be inventing and producing. Again, all of this is according to Loescher et al. 2013. Continuing. So how my students would show using, we would start by reading the book out loud to the group, discuss ways the bus was used in different ways throughout the story. I would ask the students to provide examples. Then I would introduce the materials, which are cardboard boxes, papers, craft sticks, markers, crayons, tape, glue, pipe cleaners, recycled materials such as caps, toilet paper rolls, empty bottles, or shoe boxes. I would show examples of how everyday materials can be used in multiple ways, so students will explore the materials and understand that materials have potential beyond their original purpose. This is an example that I would show them, just a few pictures, how everyday materials can be used in multiple ways, using a paint can to plant a plant, or using newspaper to make a bag, or using toilet paper rolls and bottle caps to make a little toy car. Now with tinkering, students will begin brainstorming and building, encourage them to try different ways to attach or shape the materials. I would ask open-ended questions throughout. What happens if you turn it? What else could this become? What else could this be used for? Students should be freely manipulating the materials. Students should be exploring ideas through play. And the focus would be students to be curious through hands-on exploration. The E, experimenting. Students will be testing their ideas and revising based on their test. Prompt students to identify what works and what doesn't. Allow enough time for students to make revisions and improvements to their creation. By the end, students should have tested their creations, observed their results, and made intentional changes. Students will understand that failure and revision is part of the learning process. The C, creating. Students will be testing their ideas and revising based on their test. Prompt students to identify what works and what doesn't. Oops, I just read that. Sorry, I'm reading the wrong one. Creating. Students will produce their final product. They will share what they made, who it is intended for, how they revised their original idea. Students should be prompted to reflect on their overall experience. Students should also be celebrated for their creativity and effort. Creations should be prominently displayed around the classroom or the library. Students will demonstrate their understanding through their final repurposed creation. So these are possible ideas that they can create. Having a desk organizer made from the paper towel or toilet paper rolls and an old shoebox. Making a bird feeder using an old 2-liter bottle, so craft sticks, and then obviously the food for the birds and decor for the bird feeder itself. Snake bookmark or toy. This is using the craft sticks. And then here are my references. Thank you so much.